What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Commissioner We Have a Problem. Today we got Josh Rich with us today as we talk through Week 7. Someone's car's getting broke into. That must be you, Justin. That sounds like where you live. So
it's not my car.
You got a motorcycle, but well, we're back. Week 7, big week. The Boogeyman himself has joined us and actually kind of buying into it a little bit now. So welcome, Josh.
Don't buy into it.
I'm hoping that if I buy into it, then it'll all fade away. So
that's fair. The injuries are coming at some point, so.
Yeah, that usually happens to my team, so I think you're good there. But yeah, going up against you this week, my fears happened where your players hit their projections, and you always have the highest projections. And then they had some of their best games of the season, like Jahmyr Gibbs and Kyle Pitts actually played like the talent that he is. So anyway, here we are, Week 7.
Welcome.
Your team's going to be healthy soon. Your team's coming back, I feel it.
I mean, people coming back from ankle sprains, Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor, it's always risky.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right. Before we start, don't forget to download the Manage app. We have Power Rankings live. So this week, I'm going to have everyone in the league. Well, I'm going to ask everyone in the league. I'll be lucky if I get 4 people, but it'll be open to the public. So anyone can go in and power rank our league and set that. And I think last week I outmanaged 6 managers. So that's my best week yet. So get in there and do it. Get the app. All right, there's my shameless plug.
I'm literally downloading it right now.
Let's go. This is really just a ploy to get you to download it.
Jeez.
I have not been active in the chat, so I haven't read anything since week 1. So
it's okay. There's been a lot of static from commissioners of other leagues that's been causing a lot of chatter. So I get it.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to back me up there, Josh, but it never happened.
Sorry, I literally have not been active. I saw one day I saw 90 notifications or something stupid, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna read all this." But I did see something with Fab.
Yeah, one day we'll have a segment on the stupidest rules we've ever seen in dynasty or fantasy leagues, and we can talk about it. So, but that's for another podcast episode.
Yeah, this one I want to hear, Josh, how your team is doing, how the season's gone so far, and how you see it playing out for your team. We'll also take a peek at our matchup, which we've already given away. Your team did pretty good, and then just a quick preview of your team the rest of the season, and maybe next week as well. So let's dive in. I'll pull up the window showing the matchup. I'll take a peek at that.
He was projected 153 at one point, so he kind of went light on you.
Yeah, I think he
that
did.
Debo thing was crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
He played with pneumonia, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't paying full attention during the day, but I guess in 5 minutes before the game, they said he had an illness, but that he was expected to play. And then I guess he played 3 snaps or something like that, and then was out.
Wait, so you beat me by 50 points with a player getting 0?
Yeah. Oh, I guess. Okay, so that makes sense why it dropped from 153.
Yeah. But you don't have all your players either, Justin. So.
No, Tank Dell got me 0, so that's
so it's even.
Yeah, so we both had a player get 0.
Actually, both of the guys you just traded for and started, they really let you down.
Travis Kelce, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. It's kind of Russian roulette for me at tight end. I didn't see that going away. I still think Mark Andrews is going to have decent weeks, and then Kelce.
You're gonna start Mark Andrews next week, and Kelsey's gonna go off, and Mark Andrews is gonna get another 0.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. I'd rather play Kelce for the floor.
Yeah. Surely the Kelce volume is gonna return next week. You would think.
Yeah. I guess Juju. I don't know. I didn't know. I guess. Patty played pretty poorly, so I guess that's why it was. Yeah. Juju went out early, so you would have thought, again, he'd get more volume, but I guess Patty just played pretty bad. So.
Chiefs are weird this year. They're really – they're 6-0, obviously. They're winning football games, but, from a production and stat and fantasy standpoint, Pacheco was their best guy, and, Rashee Rice too, but they're both gone for the time being.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But, yeah, we won't spend too much here, but Josh, you helped me out by getting negative 5 points with the Jets. Who knew that Russell Wilson could still cook?
That was hilarious. That was crazy. The Jets look so bad.
Yeah, Breece Hall, wide receiver 1 there, though. 6 catches for 103 yards. Jeez.
Yeah, not encouraging. 12 carries for 38 yards, though. Their offensive line is so bad right now.
It really is. Like, again, I was joking yesterday saying, like, they need to get 1 or 2 more receivers and they can be really good. But no, it's just their O-line. Their O-line is not great.
Yeah, they have, like, a ridiculous amount of injuries.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't see a lot of offensive line trading. I feel like Laramie Tunsil was probably the biggest one way back in the Houston days, but... The rest of your team did pretty good too. Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs lived up to the hype for once. And it's crazy. Josh Allen had a terrible first half. Like, I think less than 5 points. And then he finishes with 21 points. I'm like, gosh, he can't be stopped.
Well, except the last 2 weeks.
He's still QB4 in the season, though. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's got
under 10. That's crazy.
Oh, no, that was really bad. 2
of the first 4 weeks. He's still been decent last week.
Yeah, he still gets those boom weeks. Jeez. Anyway, that was our matchup. We don't need to linger too long. Kind of a blowout, but you're going to be shaping up at 6-1. And if we zoom back to the standings real quick, you are already on top, and I don't think that's going to change. No, it will not. So,
no. Yeah.
Well done.
I think Corey's gonna win. And then, I'm projected to win. So unless J.K. Dobbins goes off or K. Otten just goes off, I should win. And then I think Zach is going to lose, though. So it does add a little bit of separation near the top. But Josh is increasing. He's staying up there in points for and in dubs.
Levy and Wes are like a 50-50 right now.
Yeah, these are tight right here between Riley and Zach and then Wes and Josh. Those are both like within.
Who do they have going right now? I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so
click on it.
Kyler Murray is still playing for Turd Sandwich. And Isaiah Likely, but Josh has Godwin. So
you got to think Godwin's going to go. And he has Josh Palmer.
Yeah,
I don't think that means anything.
Especially with Mike Evans going out, you got to think Chris Godwin's going to pull through.
Yeah.
Let's take a peek at the other one. Riley's got Herbert. Hey, four completions for 74. Love to see that. But Lamar's doing work, and they're going to be chasing points.
Is he throwing to Ladd? Ladd got any catches?
I don't know. Let me scroll down.
Scroll down. He's starting.
Nope.
I'm very aware of Riley's roster. I'm always checking every week to see how much he's scoring.
Yeah, you better tell his team to stop doing so well.
Yeah, Riley, you need to tank. You need to pull the plug now and tank now. Drop your defenses, pick up a really bad defense, drop your tight ends, drop Andy Dalton, and tank. This is your one of the last 2 weeks you can decide to tank.
It feels like
not going to make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
If he wins this week, he's got 4 wins.
No, he's not going to make the playoffs. He needs. Imagine how good the roster outlook for him next year would be so good with Ashton Genty, honestly. In my opinion, because he's running back. He needs a running back. And he can still get the 101. He just has to start now. I think he can catch Wesley.
I don't know if defense would do it. It's still, it's not as insurmountable as it was last year. But
yeah. Well, defense, tight end, and he's got to get rid of Andy Dalton and sell Alan Lazard.
Yeah, he got .02 in our league. Which I found interesting. I didn't realize standard scoring in some leagues, interceptions are only -1. I like that they're -2.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in a different league, and he got 2 points, and I was like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, they're worth -1. Anyway.
Never heard of that.
Yeah. But let's take a quick peek here at the other matchups in the league. Zach still on his journey to 5 wins, but he's not going to get one this week, so it seems. And then Logan, it looks like you're going to edge out Ryan for your 5th win. So Ryan's going to stay behind me in the polls.
I'm not going to commit to that yet because they're still early in the other game, but I'm projected to win right now.
Yeah. Who's he got?
He'll be fine.
He's got JK and K. Otten, so I should be fine. But
yeah, there's no way.
Well, there's a way. Calm down, Josh.
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag.
I tried, Ryan.
All right, so that's kind of how the week looked, but let's look at the standings.
After we curse Riley live on the show, I've got to be very careful of how we talk about teams.
It's true. Oh, man. But, Josh, you are sitting pretty at number 1 overall in the standings. Not going to change, but, I mean, I think you're right. Your team's been relatively healthy, excluding Debo's, fluke this week, but couldn't pull out his Michael Jordan game. He actually didn't do well and didn't play much. So
he didn't play at all.
Yeah, he played a couple snaps.
Debo did?
I think so. He got him for like 3 snaps. So
I didn't realize that.
It's just so they didn't void the bets,
Yeah, exactly.
But what's the overall sentiment of your team right now? Like, assuming good health, how do you feel?
I feel fine. It's weird. It's weird to I don't feel like my team has been. The points are there, but I feel like my team hasn't been that good. Like the players specifically. I don't know why I feel that way, but it feels like they've been really lucky with touchdowns, but the yardage hasn't quite been there. Just my entire team, for the most part. I think my team's fine. I just think I don't have a ton of really solid depth. So once the injuries come, it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, Jamar's been, he's been good the last few weeks, but he's been pretty up and down. And then Jamar Gibbs has actually been really consistent. I think he's been how they sustain 2 running backs so well, I don't know. And then Amon-Ra had a slow, but it feels like they just had. Well, no, Amon-Ra's actually been good all season.
His yardage hasn't been there though. He's just been I had a touchdown basically every game, except for this week. His yardage was there.
Yeah, they have one of the highest scoring offenses in the league.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not heavily concerned about my team. I'm just I do think Jamar Chase is T. Higgins is out. I don't know, way more targets than the volume isn't quite there, or the target share and the carries haven't been there, but the points have. So I just don't know how sustainable the 120, 130 weeks are. It probably isn't. But
yeah, your team is really good, but they've shown that they can't have down weeks. You are
for sure.
So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, here's what's crazy though. I just flipped through your players. Your entire starting roster, so Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, Kyle Pitts, Breece Hall, they are all top 7 at their positions.
That's nice.
I mean, of course, that's that's across the whole season so far. But, when that's your core, I mean, yeah, Deebo Samuel's been out with some games for some injuries, but then you still have, Jalen Waddle, who's been struggling without Tua, but that's the whole Dolphins, and Garrett Wilson. Those could be your bye-week fillers for flex.
Yeah.
Well, and
now
apparently Tua's coming back this week, so, I mean, that'll help Waddle and Tyreek.
That's... And you have Tua, so to speak, too. Well, literally.
Not so to speak.
Yeah, not so to speak. But, you do have some insurance. If Breece Hall goes down, you got Braylon Allen. And then you got Tua if Josh Allen goes down.
Yeah.
Your boy Cowing with a big catch this week, so only a matter of time before he's top 7, too.
Oh, yeah, he had a 40-yard catch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still think your team's really good. I mean, on paper, it's one of the best, always projected, 115 plus, I think, on any given week. So that's pretty great. Yeah. You usually hit that and then some. So I would say you are the favorite in my book. But yeah, I think we would love to hear your tiers at the end of the show or sometime throughout it of where you think people stack up. Sure. Chasing you in the standings, you got Corey. He's actually beating you in points 4. I don't think it's updated with this week. But then you have Josh Levinson in 3rd there, Zach Miller, Logan, and then me chilling out in 6th spot for the last playoff as of now. That could change if Ryan beats me by 11 points, which he probably will. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Wow. I mean, and now we're starting to get some separation. So, like, if projections hold right now, Justin, or scroll down. I'll look at the standings. If you and Ryan lose, then what? Y'all will be
7 and 6,
4.
6 and 7. Yeah.
So y'all be 3 games back from like first place, and then 2 games back from? I guess you'll still be, or you or Ryan will still be in the last playoff spot, but then you'll be 2 games back from the spot above that, and so the battle for that last spot is possibly going to become more and more clear.
Well, I think some of it too is some of these teams haven't played each other. So like a lot of the top 6, we played the bottom half, but I think once we start playing each other, at least that's how my schedule panned out. Not sure about you guys, but I've played a lot of the bottom half teams.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to start hitting the top half, which is good and bad. Good because my team is now getting healthy. Bad because the other teams are good.
Well, apparently Wesley is a bottom of the half team, but he put 111 against me, so I'm not so sure about that.
I'm putting it on Brian Thomas Jr.
Me too. I'm tired of playing him. I played him twice in 3 weeks. It's really annoying because he got traded. And what's annoying is he put up a dud in the middle. So.
Anyway.
Dang, Justice Hill is getting a lot of time in this Ravens game right now. In case y'all were wondering.
Little dump off or like actual rushes?
Well, somehow it's second and goal from the 40-yard line.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah. I haven't been paying attention, but.
Wow, that's wild.
But yeah, I mean, I've played a lot of the bottom teams too, so I think that's part of it. Like, part of why my record is 5-1 is because I haven't really outside of Levy, I haven't played any high scoring teams yet. Justin, you would count if you were healthy.
Yeah,
your team would 100% count. And I played Ryan week 2 before he had assembled his team. So I really outside of that, I've just played bottom half.
I got so lucky against Ryan this week in the fact that it stinks what happened with Jane Daniel, obviously from a reality standpoint, but it's quite lucky from a fantasy standpoint that he got hurt in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
after a 50-yard run.
Yeah, especially with how Joe Mixon was just going off.
Seems to be what he does these days, Joe Mixon. He's been good.
But
the Texans were weird. C.J. Stroud had 7 passes completed or something. It was really bad.
Yeah, apparently Nico Collins is generational.
Yeah, it transforms their offense.
Yeah, for real, it's crazy.
Can't believe you traded him away,
last
Josh.
Week.
Was he?
I said I can't believe you traded him away.
Yeah, well, I didn't know he was generational, so joke's on me.
But yeah, we touched on a few things. We touched on how the standings are shaping up. Zach's going to get another loss and be one step further away from his 5-win trajectory, but we know he'll get there. It's just a matter of when. But was there any league activity this week that we need to talk about, like trades or key waivers?
I feel like there was a trade we didn't talk about last week.
Oh, you mean the Pat Fryermuth trade that Ryan wants us to talk about?
No, I thought there was.
He came from me, so we might as well.
I thought there was a big trade.
Was there?
I don't think there was. I don't remember any trades this week.
I don't either.
There was some big injuries in the league. Deshaun Watson tore his Achilles, so you guys can expect him on waivers. And who else got hurt?
Oh, we didn't really talk about you and Christian's trade.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Dell, Kelsey, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk anymore. Makes me mad. Not because of the trade itself, but just Christian's logic around it. We mentioned you, Christian. There you go. I'm talking about
Christian's team. I really think Christian could have won another championship this year.
He could have, but
I'm serious.
He's happy with the decision he made. So in the end, it doesn't matter. But he legitimately could have had a chance at repeating.
His team was so good. They just were so unlucky in the beginning of the year.
Because of what Blake did last season, I don't think I can, unless my team is just proving to be really bad. I don't think I can mentally accept tanking until after I have 7 losses. The fact that Blake was 1-6 last year and made playoffs is okay. You can compete even if you're deep in a hole.
Yeah.
I mean, here would have been his starting roster. It would have been Joe Burrow or Baker Mayfield, both solid. Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey, if healthy, Brandon Ayuk,
but he's injured now.
Right.
Chris Godwin, Travis Kelce, Tank Dell maybe at flex, and Wan'Dale Robinson, who's been surprisingly
Really
good. Yeah, and he also had Jerome Ford, who's kind of on the way trending down right now, but not a bad roster.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it helps him that Brandon Ayuk is out now, or for the whole
honestly, it does.
So.
Wait, Baker has 2 INTs? No.
Yeah, I know. Tough.
I didn't know that. Well, anyway, let's move on. Shall we to Josh? I want to hear your power rankings for where the league's at right now. You can do as many tiers as you'd like. Try to group them and how you see their potential. Well, actually, not their potential. Kind of where they're at right now.
Yeah, where they're at now. It's my favorite segment of the show.
He's getting his scratch pad out. I can see it.
Yeah.
I should have prepared this list beforehand. I think it's just weird because I feel like the teams that are going to be, I know I'm not supposed to project out, but like the teams that I think are good are like some of the teams that are good that don't have good records are like finally starting to get healthy. Like Justin's team, like next week is going to be in a much different position than he was this week, hopefully. So I would probably put if we're doing this right now, and this is not a projection for the end of the year, I'd probably put Corey and I in a tier by themselves, even though I don't believe this projects out to the end of the season this way. And then I think there's a really large tier. I think Levy, Logan, Justin, Ryan, and Blake are probably all in a tier.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I think Zach Miller, and then I think Zach Miller's in his own tier, and then I think everyone else is next. So Zach, Garcia, Christian, and Wes.
Dang, that's tough. That's tough for Zach.
Dang, Zach Miller taking strays here.
I'm sorry, his team. I don't know.
Yeah, expand on that. I want him to hear it from you.
I mean, he has Lamar Jackson's can save him on any week because he's been so good this year and every year. But that helps. But outside of that, it's just like I don't know. I don't love JSN at the receiver. Does he have a different receiver that he normally starts over JSN?
Let me scroll down. He just lost Juju.
Yes, I guess
Diggs. Okay, so Juwan Jennings is actually could save his team, I guess.
Oh,
I guess Juwan Jennings could end up being really good this year.
No, he doesn't have him, does he?
Yeah, he's got him in IR. So I guess with Ayuk out, that could be like a solid wide receiver.
Could be big.
Two with a wide receiver one. Yeah.
Once Treylon Burks come back, he'll be really good.
I don't love Javonte Williams, which maybe this is the week he's like turned it around. And I guess maybe the Broncos offense is gonna only improve as it go on. I don't know. I just feel like I just don't love it for some reason. I don't love his team. Who was that? Jalen Rager.
Yeah. Oh, but he might have stepped out.
What happened?
Dude, that's so sad.
Oh, I don't know if he stepped out. He got a peanut punched at like the 2-yard line.
Ugh, I feel bad for him.
He's a TCU guy, right?
Yeah. He's one of the long list of TCU receiver best, first round receiver best.
For real.
I think didn't he get selected like right before Justin Jefferson, or like 2 picks before Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, the Eagles took him, right?
Yeah. So that's rough.
That is crazy. But okay, so the recap of your tiers, you have yourself and Corey up in tier 1, tier 2 being the largest. It's got Levy, Logan, myself, Ryan, and Blake. And then Zach Miller, who's currently
Zach, you're probably in that tier. But yeah.
Nope. He's going to be 5 and 3, but in tier 3. No, sorry, 5-2. But all by himself, he's very special. And then Wes, Zach Garcia, Christian, and Riley bringing up the caboose. Tough sled. I do think Zach has had some pretty tough losses. I mean, looking this week, I don't know if it's a tough loss.
I don't know.
He had Dak on a bye. He had Dak on bye. Running backs didn't do anything.
And Caleb Williams, his QB1.
Yeah, he needs to start him. But Jordan Whittington ended up not playing or played like a snap, kind of like Debo did. Neighbors had a pedestrian game. Khalil Shakir was his high score, minus his defense, who got 21 points. So tough week when most of your guys are putting up under 5. So
yeah, I feel bad for Zach's team. I just I don't know if he can turn it around to make the playoffs at this point.
Bateman.
DJ Moore. Honestly, Bateman's been doing well like every week. Well enough, I guess I'll say.
But like he's been like, I don't know who's a good player comp for him. Like
for Bateman?
Almost like a Josh Reynolds type. You know, he's like the team's wide receiver or pass catcher number 3, but he'll have like some 20, 40-yard catches now and again. Yeah. But he only has like 2 or 3 of them. So he gets like 8 points, maybe catches a touchdown.
I feel like Jamison Williams is probably a pretty good comp too.
Yeah.
It's just they have more of a I feel like the Ravens have had a really good offense, so it's hard to say that. The offenses are probably pretty similar, so
honestly,
they both run well and pass well.
But what else do we need to talk about? Quick preview on Week 8. Yeah, some of the teams at the top of the standings are starting to play each other. So, Logan, you got Levy. I have Zach Miller.
Which, if Tua's back, that means Josh will probably have a full power Tyreek, which is scary.
Tyreek has been really bad.
Not
as a player, but as a fantasy asset for sure.
It's not on Tyreek, though.
I mean, look, Week 1, 22 points. Week 2, Tua got hurt. He got 5, and then 5, 6, 10, and then 2 points this week. That's ugly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 targets this week. How do you only get 2 targets?
Is it still Skylar Thompson playing? Or no, Tyler Huntley?
No, it was Huntley,
he got hurt, so they ended up putting in Skylar Thompson, but still.
Okay. Well,
2 targets.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle had 2 targets too. It's crazy.
That's
like their offense is comically bad without Tua, which there are times when Tua's out there playing quarterback, and I'm like, man, he's just like, he's not a good quarterback. But with how bad their offense looks now, maybe he's actually not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. But I had more hope in Mike McDaniel being able to scheme up something to distill the offense so that a backup QB could run it, but clearly not.
Maybe he's just a ball boy. He really is just a ball boy.
And Huntley's had success with the Ravens, semi-consistently.
He looked legit with the Ravens. Yeah. Obviously not legit enough for them to hold on to, I guess, and maybe he's deteriorated. But
Pro Bowl QB.
He looked way better.
Did he make a Pro Bowl?
Wait, seriously?
The year that every quarterback got hurt in the AFC.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Wait, was he made it as a backup?
I think so.
Lamar got hurt 1 year pretty early, and he played a good chunk of the season.
Logan, how about you stat check that?
Okay, I'll stat check it. Let's see.
Let's check in
2022,
on
he made the Pro Bowl.
Hot take tracker. We're gonna head over there.
My hot takes are lame.
Let's get a refresh.
I think I do remember that. No, you passed
the
him.
mildest hot takes.
You passed him.
Oh, I did.
The problem with my team was
keep going up, Justin.
My players were extremely projected really high at the beginning of the season, so I'm I don't know. I felt like my team was over projected headed into the season. So I didn't really have a hot take.
Yeah, your takes are pretty mild.
Kyle Pitts, top 5 tight end. Your team will lose in Week 12.
Yeah, I really hope
Who
that
do you play
doesn't
in Week
happen.
12?
All the players are on bye.
Oh. So
I hope that hot take is wrong.
It's not a hot take.
Although Although I will say the Kyle Pitts take was hot like 2 or 3 weeks into the season.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that hot when you actually made it with Kirk Cousins.
No, I feel like I don't know. I still feel like there's a good chance he doesn't finish top 5. Like a really good chance. I feel like that's still a hot take.
Tight ends haven't been that great this year.
No.
I feel like last year was like a tight end resurgence.
Yeah, it's been really bad for tight ends.
Yeah, Laporta's been disappointing, hasn't he, Logan?
He has been, yeah. Last week he had like the 50-yard touchdown, but that was his only target in the game. So
seriously,
who is tight end one? Kittle? It's got to be Kittle.
Yeah, Kittle's up there.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you who's after that. I think he's like 5 or 6.
Tyler Huntley played 5 games for the Ravens, weeks 13 through 17 in 2022. That must have been it. Otherwise, I mean, he also played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games on and off in 2021, not consecutively, and that was it. He had a 35-point game in 2021.
Yeah, he's a Russian QB, so that must have buoyed him.
Yeah, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Very Josh Allen-like.
Those
were the days.
Well, is that it? Did we cover everything?
I think so.
We
even talked about Zach's team.
Yeah, we'll don't worry. We'll do in a few more weeks. We'll do another deep dive on Zach's team and really it'll be coming down the wire to 5 wins. If he's not close by the time we play again, it might be my duty just to like tank, like put in my bad players just so he can get up to 5 wins.
I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna make it to 5.
I hope so. I want him to make it to 5.
My fear though is that he's at 5 with like 3 weeks left. And then he gets it, like I don't know what's worse, him not getting it or him getting more.
Him getting more, probably.
Yeah, it gives him too much hope.
Yeah,
can he tank or is his max PF too high?
No, his max PS too high. Last time I checked.
Oh yeah, he's 100. He's less than 100.
That's 100 is hard. Like that's a lot of points. That's hard to tank for.
Yeah, and his team's
getting
probably
like 50 points.
Yeah, and he has he has a lot of decent players. So,
well, after this week, it's going to be like
season.
75.
Gosh, it's kind of crazy. There's been probably like half the league has scored like 60 points or less in a matchup this year, which is, I don't know, I'd have to stat check that, but I feel like a lot of teams have had a really bad week,
Even Josh put out a week where he scored 86. I had a week where I scored like 75, and it was like with our full rosters.
Yeah, I think Corey had a really bad week too 1 week. Like 75. Versus you, Logan.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome. I scored more last week with 4 of my starters on bye than I did the week before with my whole team.
Yeah. Yeah, but this week was it was like a really weird week for receivers. Like receivers were oddly really bad this week.
Yeah. I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
Like low scoring, yeah.
My receivers did pretty well, but DK has been like he's been like just off of points the last couple weeks, so he was due. Although now he might be injured, it might be out week to week, might miss a game or 2.
That's true. Well, yeah, we are looking forward to getting our previews back in order. So Ryan stepped in a couple weeks ago to give us some NFL preview and some matchups. He's going to be filling that in again next week. So look forward to that, guys. And then, we'll keep moving on. We're almost halfway through the fantasy season. We might be more than halfway, aren't we?
Week 7.
This is the halfway point, I think.
Halfway point of the regular season?
Well, I think there's 14.
14 weeks in the regular season.
Yeah, so we're halfway. Things are taking shape. Once again, I'm right on the bubble of playoffs. You guys seem pretty secure, but anything can happen for sure.
You're going to make it. I really think your team's going to make it.
I got to beat out Ryan, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I guess there's 8 teams competing for a playoff spot right now.
I mean, because, basically. So if you and Corey are, for the sake of this conversation, locks, that's 2. That means Levy, Logan, and it would either be me and Ryan.
I think it's gonna be
Ryan
Zach.
and Blake.
Sorry, Zach.
Oh, sorry, Zach. I forgot Zach. So there's 5 teams. You, Corey, Levy, Logan, Zach Miller, and then that leaves me and Ryan or Blake.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
Well, it's kind of a race. 7 isn't necessarily a guarantee. So like 8 pretty much is you're locked in for playoffs. 7 has gotten playoffs I think half the time. There's only been 2 years where 17 has missed playoffs, so it's kind of a race to 7 wins to make playoffs. Especially if you're hitting 7 wins early in the season, then you probably have the points for to lock it in.
Yeah,
so I'm not
next week
feeling
is a
great.
big week for you, Justin.
Yeah,
Because I feel
and
like
also-
Zach is one of the people that you
okay.
might be competing for a spot with.
Also, Zach plays Wesley, Christian, and Riley again.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
or
Zach's
not
probably
Zach,
in. Never mind.
Sorry, Justin. Justin plays them. So Justin's definitely okay.
Oh, okay. Probably.
Maybe. I mean, but that's only 3 wins. I mean, to get to 8, I need 5 wins out of 7. To get to 7, I need 4 out of 7.
Wow, it's a lot different when you put it that way.
And I play Zach Miller. I play Corey. I think I play Blake.
sick catch.
Like,
By Mark Andrews just now. Like
Oh, I
a toe
love
tapper
him.
right on the sideline.
I would never doubt him.
Yeah, Zach Miller actually probably is safe. Or
Is he still
very
in a tier in
close
his
to
own?
it. Well, this is now we're looking at projecting it. Well, I don't know, it's
That's
gonna be
true.
really interesting.
Okay. Well, I don't want to
Zach's
mess up
sorry,
the formula.
I'm the only one that believes in Zach. Zach's gonna make playoffs. He's a lock. No,
his last
not Garcia. Let me clarify.
his last like 4 weeks are really rough though. 3 or 4
Yeah,
weeks.
they are. But he's
So
got.
it's gonna be really interesting. It should be fun.
It should be.
Wait, Logan, is the power rankings? Oh, I'm going to share the screen.
Power rankings are. Oh yeah, you wanna. So like what I did is I took. Basically, each week is the individual's ranking. This week, I might leave it open to everyone vote. I don't know if I'll put Josh's in as the power rank, but the way I did them up to now is I just took our podcast power rankings and put them into the PR. And now the week 7 power ranking is open, so you can actually go in and cast your votes.
Yeah, sweet.
You're not-
Yeah, I'm checking it out on my screen. You guys can't see it, but
Oh, are you gonna share your
there is a
screen?
graph here. Nah, the podcast folks can see it though. But yeah, check this out. It's in the app, also on the website. But you can enter your votes for week 7.
Oh, why don't you share? You should share your screen.
So you can't see it, but our viewers can.
Oh, our
Hey,
viewers can. I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Can
Yeah,
you remove
alright,
this
fine.
like reigning champ emblem, so I don't have to see it every time I log in?
Sorry, that's one of the perks. You win, you get to be in the reigning champ.
That's
Fair
true.
enough. Fair enough.
Christian and Joe Burrow and his bleached hair.
Hey, well, it's guaranteed that you won't have to look at it next year.
That's definitely. We're probably gonna have a new champion.
If we
we're definitely
don't,
having a
the
champion.
league's in a
Nope.
lot of trouble.
Nope. Me and Blake can definitely win.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Oh,
was
I
thinking
thought you meant-
I was thinking repeat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
Oh.
thought.
Yeah, you and Blake could win. Again, I
true.
was listening back, putting together power rankings. I said you and I were going to be in the championship. I think I forgot about Josh when I made those guesses, but hey, you make playoffs, anyone can lose.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean,
Right.
like I do not feel good about any of those 8 teams, like playing any of those 8 teams in the playoffs.
The boogeyman's
especially-
scared. That's what I heard.
Like Justin, your team's really good if it's healthy, which is so frustrating to hear probably. But
Hey, Justin.
I love to hear. I love to
Just-
hear someone else say that.
so
Guess
is
what?
Levy's.
I don't think your team's good, Justin. So does that make you feel better?
I don't know. You like to play that reverse psychology game with your own team, but I don't appreciate it for mine.
Hey, I'm a tier 2 team, so I have one bad week and I'm just in tier 2 every week. So
This is.
Whatever.
I feel like we should change the next year. Next year we need to do projection for end of season because Logan would be in the same tier as the top tier
No,
if it was
it's-
end of
it's-
season projection.
but if everyone's doing projected into season, it's more fun to do right now.
I guess.
I like the
But
I like the hate. The hate motivates me. My players.
What does right
my
now
players love
mean
it.
though? Like next week's scores.
Oh, now you're getting into philosophy. Like, what
Yeah,
is time?
that's what I'm saying. It needs to be projection out. Projection out, my tiers would be completely different.
No. Right now, where we stand, how we feel about the teams. Like Justin's team is all hurt, so it's like he's not a top team when they're all hurt.
I'm equal with you, apparently.
Okay, so then, yeah, I guess I would change my tiers a little bit, but we'll do that next year. The way I think about my tiers.
Sounds
Next
good.
year.
You got a full year to think on it.
Perfect.
Right.
Well, actually, we'll do an off-season podcast, so you have about 6 months to think about it.
Okay, great. I'll come back after Blake's won it again.
Sweet. Any
All
final
right.
parting words, Josh?
Nah.
Cool.
Don't beat me
like
next
it.
week, whoever I play.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening. Subscribe and join our 6 subscribers on YouTube and get notifications when there's a new episode, and you'll also get a notification on the app when there's a new episode out. So, thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, catch y'all later.
See ya.